basically, we started a regular meeting with my manager, and then my manager tells me, do you mind if HR joins the conversation? What can I do? Okay, sure, why not? And then they are telling me that I'm being given a written warning.
Right.
The warning, I did receive the text of the warning after already our conversation was over and after I got fired. So I wasn't able to ask questions specific to that warning. They did mention some stuff, but that was it. You are a terrible person. Well, they were not using words terrible person, but you make people uncomfortable and you hurt people by your words. This is the written warning, and we want, and it is mentioned in my written warning, that they wanted me to make my document inaccessible by others. And after when I got on Fox News on Tucker Carlson's Tonight show, Fox News requested a comment from Google, and Google's comment that is available on Fox News website with my appearance basically says that no, this former employee was definitely not fired for writing this or any other documents. Really? Was fired, yes, you can check it. And they were just saying that I got warned several times, I believe 5 or 7 they mentioned, that I got reported a dozen times or more. And I refused to comply, and that's why I got fired. I don't know what they mean by getting reported, by warned, because I had 2 conversations involving HRs before that moment, but both were presented to me as, no, we are not telling you to stop. We are giving you feedback. And I was asking them explicitly, okay, could you please tell me if I keep saying what I've said, but if I say it like 10 times more, what is going to be your action? And the answer was vague. Oh, we have to review it by case basis, and it might involve a conversation, a verbal warning, a written warning, maybe if it is really bad, then contract termination and such. But I was never told by the company that I was given a warning regarding my behavior and that I should adjust something. In that statement, they mentioned that about such warnings had been given multiple times, but I can imagine that the company might represent something as warnings from their perspective. And I definitely got reported around a dozen times, at least if you check the text of my written warning that lists all my alleged transgressions. But that written warning starts with describing my document, pointing to my document, and it ends with a demand by the company for me to make the document inaccessible in, I believe, in something like in half an hour. So the whole conversation.
I believe he said any further breach of the community guidelines or any other Google policy or failure to unshare the document by 4 p.m. today, 31st of August 2020, will lead to further disciplinary action. So he essentially told you have until this time to remove the document.
I didn't have that in writing, but I was told that in the meeting. I did ask. So first of all, the statement by the company, the official statement given to Fox News, is at least incorrect. I don't know whether it was a result of miscommunication inside the company, that one team had no idea what the other was doing, or it was an intentional, at least misrepresentation of situation. They might say that I got fired for insubordination. Fair enough, you can make that claim. You might say that, so it wasn't about writing the document, but about not removing the document. But they said that it wasn't related to the document, and that is incorrect, not truthful information given by the company. So after telling me that, after they told me that, I tried to defend myself. I tried to explain my position. I tried to point to various things and inconsistencies inside of the company. In the end, I asked them 2 questions. First, would that be fine for me to update the document and make it fine from the company's perspective. I had no idea how to do that because they only listed, I believe, again, it wasn't in writing, and I tried to ask them to provide it to me in writing their concerns about my document, and they never replied to that. I have a long list of my previous transgressions. I have a demand to remove my document, but I don't have in writing what they found wrong. But in that conversation, they told me basically three things. The part about sojourn course in my document, where I was trying to explain that it looks like the course as its success promotes cases of heightened sensitivity to racial issues, to cases of people originally being fine, and then after the course realizing that, oh, there is so much racism around.
Well, essentially, Sojourn was a critical race theory course.
Yes.
Was it not? So,
yes. And I was told that I was questioning living experiences of people of color. I wasn't questioning their perspective. I was questioning the point of that course, but that didn't matter. The second comment was that regarding the story of this Black VP being afraid to appear in front of the police at YouTube offices, I was told that I was criticizing my fellow coworker. And again, I don't understand how. I believe I wasn't questioning actions by that VP in my document. Again, anyone can open my document and make judgment about them personally. I was questioning narrative by the company, why this story got represented in this specific racial way, and why it was used to drive additional critical race theory initiatives internally. And the third comment was that my mention of genetics in racial context, how was it said, to any reasonable person would have been offensive. I was trying to ask a question in my document that we were getting told again and again that COVID disproportionately was affecting people of color, and we were not being given any additional information beyond that. And my question was basically, do you mean that this bigger impact on people of color is due to genetics, because your color of your skin is tied to genes, and there are different health conditions that differently impact different races because of some genetic underlying presuppositions, like susceptibility, whatever. So is it the case, or is it the case that there is something that correlates with race, but is not about race? Like maybe we hear again and again that Black people in the US are poorer than white people, and they don't have access to healthcare and such. Are you talking about these things? Because then maybe we should talk about people that don't have enough healthcare or enough funds for whatever lifestyle that might be more useful to as a protection against COVID, because those people are probably not just they are not just Blacks, they are in other races as well. And that was my question. I mentioned genetics as in, is this impact by COVID is due to genetics or by things that correlate with race, but are not in genes? And I was told that the use of genetics is offensive. I didn't know how to exactly fix these comments, but I was willing to if they told me how to do that. And they told me, no, the document has to go. Despite, so can I make it inoffensive? No, the document has to go. The second question of mine was, I have concerns. I've tried expressing them in this document. You're telling me to remove this document. How can I express such concerns, these same concerns further? Are you telling me that I have no way to express these concerns? And the answer was, oh, if you remove the document, we will think about who you might talk to, and maybe you will figure out something from there. So in that meeting, they were clearly prepared to fire me, because as soon as I told them that, no, if you are not giving me a way to express my concerns, and if I don't see how to fix problems that are how to fix things that are problems from my perspective. And if I cannot fix them, love it, fix it, or leave it. I cannot love it, I cannot fix it, whatever. I'm not going to remove the document. If you want, well, I won't remove the document. And they fired me basically in one sentence afterwards.
Really?
So they were prepared to do that. So then you are fired. Wow. That was it.
That was your employment terminated, effectively?
Yes, they basically told me that documents were going to be sent to me over post soon, and the company wasn't going to enforce me working for 2 additional months because the notice period was 2 months, and they didn't want me to work. I was still considered an employee, but they were taking away all my accesses. And they actually disabled everything in something like half an hour from that moment.
Really?
But they told me, so you are fired. They were prepared to fire me, but they were not prepared to provide me with some way to deal with these concerns.
To watch the full video, please become a premium member at lotuseaters.com.